we've got a problem here, and we'll read through the problem and then we'll have a go at answering it. Roland cuts a sandwich into 2 pieces. First, Roland gives one piece to Ayat and the other piece to Claire. Then, Claire gives Ayat half of her piece. Now, Ayat has 7/8 of the original sandwich. And the question is, did Roland cut the sandwich into 2 equal pieces? And if not, how did he cut the sandwich? If you want to pause the problem now and have a go at answering it, do so, because I'm going to go through the answer now, okay? So, if we look back at the question, Roland has got here, Roland has a sandwich and he cuts it into 2 pieces. It doesn't tell us anything about the pieces, it just tells us that it's 2 pieces. First, he gives Ayat a piece and then he gives Claire a piece. So to start with, we know it could be, if Roland's a fair man, it could be that he gives half of the sandwich to Ayat and half of the sandwich to Claire. That could be our first option. Then we get a next bit of information. Claire gives Ayat half of her piece, and now Ayat has 7/8 of the original sandwich. And now we know that it looks like this. Okay, there's the sandwich there. We know that Claire has that piece and Ayat has that piece. So Ayat's piece, we know, is 7/8 there. So Ayat has 7/8 of the original sandwich. Now, we don't know how much Claire gave, or do we? Because we know here that if Ayat has 7/8, Claire must have here 1/8. And we also know that Claire has just given her other half of her piece to Ayat. So that piece she gave to Ayat. Now, to work out how it was originally cut by Roland, we can double the 1/8 there to find out how much Claire actually had to start with. So if we put our original sandwich out here, we know that Claire gave Ayat 1/8, and that was half of her piece. So if that was half, if we add the other half, Claire originally had 2/8 of the sandwich, and 2/8, if we simplify it, 2/8 equals 1/4, doesn't it? Okay, because we know that if we divide the numerator and the denominator by 2, that equals 1/4. So then we can go back to our original sandwich, and we know that Claire received 1/4 and Ayat, the lucky boy, got 3/4. So to begin with, Ayat had 3/4 and Claire had 1/4.